Is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise in support of H.R. 3630 and tire of the empty rhetoric that I hear over and over again. As the chairman just pointed out, this bill includes many provisions that your party's president recommended. This is a bipartisan piece of legislation, and we're politicizing something at the expense of working families, which is a sad thing to see happen in this chamber. It includes important provisions in this legislation designed to promote job creation, but I'd like to focus on the bill's provisions to reform and improve unemployment insurance, or UI. These common sense reforms expect UI recipients to search for work and make progress towards a GED or other training they need to get back to work. We let states make reasonable exceptions, but the message is clear. UI needs to change to do a better job of helping people get back to work. The bill also lets states apply for waivers of federal law so they can test better ways to engage the unemployed. Our colleagues are right. There are too many long-term unemployed today, and we need to hold government programs more accountable for helping more of them find work sooner, including through wage subsidies and other innovative approaches that have received bipartisan support. Also contained in this bill is a program integrity provision to improve data standards in the UI program to help operate more efficiently and effectively across states and to help it better coordinate with other programs. The same provision was included in the bipartisan child welfare legislation signed by President Obama in September and is included in another section of this bill covering temporary assistance for needy families programs. H.R. 3630 also makes reasonable reductions in temporary federal UI benefits, while extending that program for another year and maintaining up to 59 weeks of benefits by the middle of 2012. First, it extends 20 weeks of federal benefits that were added to the program when the national unemployment rate was at 9.9%, or well above today's 8.6%. Second, we adopt the President's call to phase out a second 20 weeks of federal UI benefits in the early months of 2012. So instead of cutting or slashing and so on, as many of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle dubiously claim, the facts show that UI benefits extended in this bill would aid over 5 million people at a cost of $34 billion, all paid for through other savings. That's an average of almost $7,000 in federal help for every person aided. In fact, with this bill, total UI spending since the start of 2008 will stretch to an astounding $546 billion. That's not a typo. UI spending now totals over $500 billion in the past 5 years. That's over 5 times. Listen to this. 5 times as much as it costs to put a man on the moon in today's dollars. I urge support of this much-needed legislation and, most importantly, its long-needed reform so the UI program does a better job helping Americans get back to work sooner. I thank you, and I yield back.
Gentleman from Michigan, Mr.